Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is going to be the very first Arabic lesson for free. And what we're going to do today is we're going to go through the Arabic alphabet. So let's begin with the first letter. We have Alif. Now, Alif is the very first letter in the Arabic alphabet, and what's funny is the first two letters in the Arabic alphabet are equivalent to the Latin script alphabet, the one we have, A, B, C. So the first two letters is Alif and Ba, which is basically A and B for the first two letters. So Alif is written as a line, like so. And the letter's name is spelled. This is right here is how it's written, and the how the letter is what the letter is called, like how in English we say A for the letter A, it's called Alif. We write that line, and the English equivalent, if we had a word that a sound that sounded like it is more of a sound. An sound. Like, let me write a word. Like apple. So the sound in apple. And you could write it in other ways, but like when we begin reading, you could write it as like an like that, or you could write it as a e, or you could write it as an oo. But we'll get more into that when we get into grammar. That's we'll get into that later. The second letter is b. And just like the Latin equivalent of ABC, it's like the letter B. And a word like it is like boy. So boy. Now let's get the third letter. This is what it diverges from the English language completely. The rest of the letters, there is some similarities, but this is when it starts to get different. So the third letter is ta. And the closest sound we have in English is the T sound. The T sound, ta. And a word similar is like top. This is the sound right here. Top. Ta. And the fourth letter we have here is tha. So you see how the ta and the tha, the only difference is the ta has 2 dots and tha has 3 dots. So let's give this 3 dots. And the closest equivalent we have to that sound is the th sound, th. Like as in think, th. Think, the th sound. Not to be confused with the t sound that was previous. I believe th is the fourth letter, so we're on the fifth letter now, which is Jeem. The letter's name is Jeem. Jeem. So Jeem, the closest sound we have in English is the j sound, and as in j. And the closest word we have is like jam, like peanut butter and jam, jam. So j, 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 j. So the sixth letter we're on is ha, and the letter's name is ha. And ha, so basically it's more of a coming from your breath, like an aha sound, like ha, like when you breathe ha, but just make it a little bit more deeper, ha. And there's not really an equivalent in the English language for that letter. Just try to make it come from your breath, like ha. Like when it's cold outside and you're trying to breathe out cold air to see your breath, ha. So the seventh letter is also a letter that doesn't really exist in the English language, a sound that doesn't really exist in the English language, is kha. You'll find this more in Semitic languages like Hebrew or other languages, where it's a sound that doesn't really exist in the English language. It's kha. And also just make dua for our brothers and sisters in Palestine. So the eighth letter is dal, and the name of the letter is dal. Dal. This is the name of the letter, dal. And dal, there is an equivalent in the English language. It's more like the D sound, the letter D sound, da. Like dad or dog. Let's go with dad. 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 So the ninth letter is dal. And not to be confused with the th sound. This is more of a the sound. So it may seem similar to the, but it's more of a the sound, almost like the word the. So it's like the. This is the, and this is the. So this is the right here, and this is the. And the closest equivalent word we have for that, let me get rid of all this, is this. This. Let's go on to the next letter. We have ra. And the equivalent, there's not really an equivalent in the English language, because this letter, I would say R, but it's not an R, because it's more of a of a ra, like a rolling R, like in Spanish, like ra, like a rolling R, like Roberto, like Roberto, ra, like a rolling R, Roberto, ra. An example in Arabic would be like rubbama. Rubbama means maybe. So rubbama, ra. Let's go to the next letter. We have za. The letter z. The sound is z. Some people say zai. I'm not sure if that's what everyone says. I grew up learning it as z. And The equivalent in the English language we do have is the letter Z. And like zoo, z, z, z. Now the next letter is seen. 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 That's the name of the letter right here, seen. And it's the s sound. S, like an S. S. And a word that's similar, a word that shows an example is like sun. Sun, sun, The next letter is sheen. Give it 3 dots. Sheen. And the name of the letter is sheen. And a word is the sh sound. That's the sound. That's similar in the English language, like shine. Like shine. 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 Sh. The next letter we have is sawed. And how you the name of the letter is sawed. Name of the letter sawed. And the sound is like a deep. It's basically a deep scene. So how we have a scene here. Let me see if I can put them side by side. How we have a scene says like sun. This is like a saw. Like saw. Basically like a chainsaw. Saw. It's like a deeper scene. Saw. I'll try to at the end explain words that are letters that seem similar, but in all these letters are different. Just because a letter seems similar, no, it's not. It's very. Some people get confused. None of these letters are similar at all. It just may seem similar. Now I'll explain the differences at the end between the letters that are closely resemble each other. So the next letter we have is dod. And dod is a deeper dal. So let me put these again side by side. Earlier we had dal right here as a d sound. And I think the example I use is dad. And here we have dod. I put a W instead, maybe to emphasize dod. And this is a deeper dal. So just write deep. This is a deeper dal. So instead of da is da. And I believe we don't really have an equivalent in the English language. So just remember, some letters are deeper than others. I'll try to explain at the end the letters that are deeper versions of other letters. You just have to emphasize it as a deeper, like a da. Just putting basically like a W almost, like as a deeper sound, as a dod. Okay, let's go to the next letter. Erase. Okay, the next letter we have is thaw. The sound most close is this. Thaw. And yep, if you're starting to see the pattern, it is like a deeper version of what letter you think. If you said ta, you're correct. It's a deeper version of ta. So this is ta, and this is thaw. Like a W. Thaw. Ba. And like this, there is not really an equivalent in the English language. So the next letter we have is Va. 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 Which letter do you think it's a deeper version of? If you said there, you're correct. This is more the, and this is va. Deeper, again, deeper. I'm trying to write deep in the bottom. Deeper version of the, va. Now let's go to the next letter. We have Ain, and this is also a letter there's no equivalent in the English language. The letter name is Ain. Ain. And the only equivalent I can think of to help someone, it's not a word, but it's like a feeling. When someone has the flu and they have a sore throat. Let me see, sore throat, and you say ah, like your back of your throat is sore, so you say ain, just pretending like the back of like when someone has the flu, sore throat, ain. Next letter we have is Ghain. Ghain, and the name of the letter is Ghain. Ghain. Let me see if I can write that better. Ghain. Ghain. And it's like the equivalent kind of is the g sound in the guitar. I don't want to say completely equivalent, but that's like the kind of g. Ghain, g, like guitar. Ghain, g, ghain, g. Let's go to the next letter. We have fa. And we have fa. That's how the letter's called. That's what the letter is called. And fa. And yes, it is similar to the F sound, like fa, almost. Fa. Like, let me think of an example. Like fish. Like fish. Fa. Fish. Fa. And the next letter we have is Qaf. The letter how it's spelled, letter how it sounds like is Qaf. And there's not really, I don't think there's an equivalent in English. Maybe we could say cough, but then you would be saying the C a little bit soft. But then it has to, this part has to be a little bit harder. The COU for cough, like caw, like cough. You could say the word kind of like cough, basically, but it's more of a, when you're saying the letter, the name of the letter, cough. But it's more of a little bit harder, like cough. I'll explain. Some people may think, what's the difference between cough and kha? This is kha, and this is cough. Kha. This is kha, and this is cough. This is kha. This you'll see you're making more of a kha with your, like the closest thing I can think of. I don't think I've explained cough, that good. This right here is kind of like the closest. There's not really an equivalent in English, but the closest thing I can think of is an action when someone is wants to spit. Even though that's gross, ignore the gross analogy. But if someone wants to spit and you go ha ha ha, like you're trying to make the back of the spit come out, you go ha 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 ha. Usually more of the back of your throat, ha ha. While in cough, it is more of a coughing sound. Like when there's an action I can think of, is like when you end the words is a little similar. But it's like the action of coughing. When you go ka, ka, ka. So when you want to spit, you go ha, ha, ha. But when you want to cough, you go ka, ka, ka. That's what the difference. It's more those actions help you can tell the difference. And then the next letter we have is kaf. Kaf, and that's how you spell how you make the sound of the letter. Kaf. That's what the letter's called. Kaf, kaf. And there is equivalent in English. It's the letter K. Like king. K, 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 calf. K, k, k. That's the sound. And the next letter we have here is lam. And how you say the letter is lam. And yes, in lam we do have an equivalent. The closest letter is L, like l. And an example is like lamp. That was horrible already. Lamp. Lamb. Lamb. Next letter we have is meme. And yes, there is an equivalent in the English language. It's the letter, you guessed it, if you said M. Meme. Meme. Like moon. Moon. Meme. Meme. Let's go to the next letter. We have noon. N. And what letter in the English equivalent do you believe is noon? If you said N, first let me show you guys how to write the letter, how to say the letter. The letter is noon. That's the name of the letter, noon. And how the closest equivalent is N. Like N, and the sound is N, like noon. That's almost the same spelling as the Arabic. But let's like noon, at 12 o'clock, noon, like noon, Let's go with the next letter. The next letter we have is ha. And the ha sound is a short ha. It's like this, ha. It's like a short, this, okay, let's show another similarity. This is ha. This is ha. So this is shorter. It's a ha sound, ha. And this is ha. This is way longer. It's ha. So this is longer. Long. And this is short. This is short. So you say ha and ha. That's the difference. Ha and ha. Ha and ha. Ha. The closest thing I can think of for this one is the closest example word I can think of is let me just first get rid of all this. Is like hat. So you say hat. You don't say hat. You say hat. Ha ha hat. Ha ha. Let's go to the next word. Next word we have is wow. And how you say it is wow, the letter. Wow. Wah, wah, wow. It's like this sound. Wah, wah. And the closest thing I can think of is water. Get rid of this. Water. Wah, wah, wah. Water. Wah, wah. Water. And the final letter we have here is yeah. This is the final letter. Like how we say Z, but there's no equivalent at all to Z and yeah for sound wise, but I'm just saying it as in like how Z is the final letter in the Latin script, ABCDs, yeah is the final letter of the Arabic script. So we have yeah, so it's basically it's how you say the word is yeah, that's how you say the letter. And the equivalent is yes. Like how you say yes. The yes, the yeah, yes, yeah. And that's the whole Arabic script. Alhamdulillah, we finished. Before we leave, let me just go over the words. The letters, that were sounded similar to other letters real fast, just to recap. So we had del and dod. We had del and we had dod. And this is a d sound, and this is a da sound. Just pretends there's a W. Da. So this is a hard, and this is soft. So this is da, del, da, and dod, dod. And let's show other ones that sounded similar. Because in reality, the Arabic script, the letters, they may sound similar, but none are similar. Because that would defeat the purpose of a language, right? If all letters were similar, what's the point of even having another letter then? So none of these letters are similar. They may just sound a tiny bit similar. So another example we had is ta and ta. So you have ta and you have ta. So this is the softer one, and this is the harder one. So you have ta on the right side, you have ta, and on the left side you have ta. It's harder on the left side. Ta. Let's show some more that sounded similar but are not. We have del. And we have dal. So you have del, the. You have del, the. So excuse me. This is del. This is del. And this is la. I said it wrong. This is on the right side. We have del, the del, and then it's like saying, like, let me see if I can show the example of saying this. We have del on this, and let me just write on the top. Del. Del, and like an example is this. And we have the. We have the with pretend this has a W at the end. The like there's not really an equivalent, but just say it deeper. This one. So law. So you have del like this, del, the, del, and you have law. So deeper. This is deeper. Let me write deeper. This is deeper. So this is the. This is the, and this is deeper. Law. So the and law. So on the left, law, and on the right, the, del, and law on the left. Let me think of any more. Is there any more sound that seems similar? Okay, I found some. Let me just erase all this. Okay, we have kha. That's one dot. Just ignore my bad handwriting. This is kha on the right side, and this is qaf. Now remember the example we gave to distinguish? I said that pretend this one on the right side is like spitting. Kha. And this one on the left side is like coughing. Because when you cough, you don't go kha. You don't use the back of your throat. You just go kha. So cough is kha. Pretend like you're coughing. Kha. While kha on the right side is like pretend you're spitting like kha. So right side spitting, left side coughing. So kha for kha, and cough. Let me see if I can find any more similar ones. Oh, let me just erase that. I don't know how that keeps popping back up. Okay, I think this is the last similarities we have here is ha and ha. So this is the longer one, ha, and this is the shorter one, ha. So this is short, and this is long. So you have ha, like I breathe. Pretend like you're breathing in the cold. I said on the right side for the right one. Pretend you're breathing in the cold, like ha, and on the left side, pretend like you're saying hat, like ha, a short ha sound, ha. So on the right you have ha, and on the left you have ha, like a short ha sound, ha. And that's it basically. I hope that was a complete guide on how the Arabic letters. Just keep rewatching it. I don't know why this keeps coming up, but just keep rewatching it if you missed any parts or got confused. It should be. I tried my best to explain it simply, so I hope that helped anybody who is needed help for the Arabic alphabets. And the next video, I'll try to show the different forms that the letters come in. Like for example, let's take the letter B. You have in the beginning form of a word, you can say this when it's connecting. In the middle, you could say this. And in the end of the word, it comes like this. Like, let me think of a word. I'm trying to think of a word. Like Okay, let's say for the beginning, how ba looks like in the beginning of a word. It looks like this. Let's use the word bait, for example. Bait means house, so let's use. So this means bait, and just ignore these lines. I'll explain it when I'm explaining grammar. It's just basically those lines are the vowel signs. So this right here means no sound in Arabic. It means no sound, and this line that's above means a sound, an a sound, and when it's below it, it's a e sound, and when it's above it and it looks like a twist, like kind of like a twist, it's a oo sound, like the letter U, an oo sound. But just ignore those for now. I'll explain it when I'm teaching grammar. So we have bait, and bait means house. So this is how the letter B looks like in the beginning. And when it's in the middle of a word, like let's take the word kabir. 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 Now the word kabir means big or large. Big. So this is how the letter B looks like in the middle of a word. You see how it looks like? The letter B in the middle of a word, and let's choose at the end of a word. Let's go with the word bab. Bab. Oh, that's horrible. Bab. Bab. And this means a door. You see how it looks like at the end? It could be separate, or it could be, this word specifically is not connected, but it could also look like this at the end of a word. It could look like connected like this. It could look like that at the end of a word. This is not a word, it's just me showing how it would look like connected to the end of a word. So it could also look like this. So those are called how the letters are joined together. They're like the different forms. We call it basically beginning. Let me see. For beginning, middle, end, I'll use the initials. For B is beginning. For B, it looks like this. In the middle, it looks like this. Like that. And in the end, it can look like by itself or like connected. And I'll show those in my next video. The way different forms of the letter, how the letters look like in the beginning, in the middle, and in the end. That'll be my next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.